Sha'Carri Richardson, the world champion. She's the fastest woman in the world this year.
No, like I told you, you're going to jail.
Please don't allow me to go in. Please, sir, please.
Listen to me.
Please.
U.S. Olympic track star Sha'Carri Richardson suspended for a month after testing positive for marijuana.
All eyes on Richardson.
Before the gold medals, before the headlines, before the hair and the lashes and the interviews, there was a kid from Dallas. Sha'Carri Richardson was born on March 25th, 2000, and raised primarily by her grandmother and aunt. Richardson is selective about personal family structure. Her grandmother has consistently been the central figure she speaks about most. Her biological mother struggled with personal issues and was not consistently present. At Carter High School in Dallas, she wasn't famous. She was fast. By 2016, she was winning state titles. By 2017, she was one of the top young sprinters in the country. At Louisiana State University, Richardson trained under one of the most demanding sprint programs in the United States. In 2019, as a freshman, she ran 10.75 seconds in the 100 meters at the National Collegiate Athletic Association Championships, one of the fastest times ever by a collegiate woman.
Here comes Richardson, the phenomenal freshman, wins the front end of the double. Let's watch the time. 10:75.
Oh my goodness!
With legal win.
That is the best.
Don Sewell is gone. And a world junior record for the freshman. Whoa!
She turned professional that year. That decision meant pressure. It meant contracts. It meant expectations. She signed a sponsorship deal with Nike in 2019. Exact figures were never publicly disclosed, but endorsement estimates placed her contract in the range typical for elite American sprinters, widely reported to be worth several $millions over multiple years. Later, she added partnerships with brands like Apple Music and Beats by Dr. She was 19 years old at that time. In June 2021, Richardson won the 100 meters at the U.S. Olympic trials with a time of 10.86 seconds. She qualified for the Tokyo Olympics. Days later, she learned that her biological mother had died. Soon after, she tested positive for marijuana.
U.S. Olympic track star Sha'Carri Richardson suspended for a month after testing positive for marijuana.
A substance banned in competition under anti-doping rules at the time. She accepted a 1-month suspension from the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency. The suspension cost her eligibility for the Olympic 100 meters. There was no criminal charge related to the positive test. Marijuana use is legal in several U.S. states, but international sport follows different rules. She did not compete in Tokyo. The narrative around her shifted quickly, from rising star to cautionary tale. After the suspension, in 2022, her performances were inconsistent. She did not make the U.S. team for the World Championships that year. There were no arrests, no criminal convictions. The only official disciplinary record tied to her career remains the 2021 anti-doping violation for marijuana. Public scrutiny, however, was constant. In August 2023, in Budapest, Richardson lined up for the World Championship 100-meter final. The stadium was packed, the air tense with expectation. 8 of the fastest women in the world stood on the track, and on paper, she wasn't the favorite. She had the slowest qualifying time among the finalists and was placed in lane 9, the far outside, often seen as the loneliest lane. The gun fired. For the first half of the race, she wasn't clearly in front. The field looked even, separated by inches. But in the final meters, Richardson found another gear. Her stride lengthened, her knees drove higher, and she surged past the field at the line. She won in 10.65 seconds, a championship record. That race made her the fastest woman in the world that year.
They're away first time. Can Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce deliver? She's got a good start, but watch Sha'Carri Jackson. Sha'Carri Jackson, is she just going to do it? Oh, on the near side, right at the end. They were getting ready from nowhere in lane 9. It's an incredible performance from Sha'Carri Richardson. Richardson came through like a rocket in lane 9. Her first global final, and she tastes gold. The iconic 5 times champion was stunned. Richardson needed a better start than she got in the semis, and she came through in fine style, and maybe, just maybe, being in lane 9 was the best thing that could have happened to her for that final. 10:65, that is outstanding.
It wasn't just a victory, it was a statement. After years of scrutiny, setbacks, and doubt, the clock told a different story. She wasn't finished. Days later, she anchored the US 4x100-meter relay team. Taking the baton with precision, she powered down the straightaway and sealed another gold medal for Team USA. Earlier in the championships, she had also earned bronze in the 200 meters, proving her range and consistency across events. By the end of those championships, she had 2 gold medals and 1 bronze. No comeback speech, no theatrics, just a time on the clock. And a reminder that in track and field, the stopwatch doesn't care about narratives.
So to all the doubters, to all the supporters, to everybody, the best is yet to come.
Months after standing at the top of the world stage, a different kind of spotlight found her. In late January 2026, Sha'Carri Richardson was pulled over by law enforcement officers on State Road 429 near Winter Garden, Florida.
That's even more scary. That means that you're doing things unintentionally on a task that requires all your attention.
Sir, please, I'm begging you.
You are going to have a little bit of time to make some phone calls. You are going to jail. I am towing your car.
Please.
Deputies reported that her vehicle was traveling 104 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. According to authorities, the concern went beyond speed. Officers described rapid lane changes, tailgating, and flashing headlights to move through traffic, behavior they considered unsafe. Under Florida law, driving over 100 miles per hour in a manner that endangers others can be charged as a criminal offense. Body camera footage from the stop shows a calm but tense exchange. Richardson apologized and told the deputy she didn't realize how fast she had been going. At one point, she suggested her phone may have accidentally altered the vehicle's settings, an explanation the officer ultimately did not accept. She was arrested on a charge of dangerous excessive speeding, and the story quickly circulated across sports and national media. For an athlete whose career has often unfolded under a microscope, it was another moment where personal decisions met public scrutiny. A reminder that even the fastest woman in the world is still human, navigating life beyond the track. Richardson has spoken openly about being raised by her grandmother, the woman she often credits as her foundation. In a sport defined by pressure and precision, that steady presence has been constant in her life. She has also been candid about her sexuality, identifying as bisexual and navigating that reality under intense public attention. Growing into adulthood is complicated on its own. Doing it in front of millions makes it even harder. Through victories and setbacks, her grandmother has remained a grounding force, steady where everything else has felt volatile. Loss shaped her. So did criticism, but so did love. Success on the track changed more than her medal count. It changed her market value. Precise net worth figures remain speculative, but industry analysts estimate that Sha'Carri Richardson has earned several $millions through endorsements and performance bonuses. Her partnership with Nike anchors her commercial portfolio. She has also appeared in campaigns for Apple Music and other lifestyle brands, expanding her visibility far beyond the track. In track and field, prize money alone rarely creates wealth. Compared to major team sports, payouts are modest. The real earnings come from sponsorship deals, appearance fees, and bonuses tied to global championships. Her 2023 world title didn't just solidify her legacy, it significantly increased her leverage in the endorsement market. In elite sprinting, speed earns headlines, winning earns contracts. The world saw the finish line. It didn't see what it cost to get there. Speed is visible. What isn't visible? Training cycles measured in hundredths of a second. Early mornings when no cameras are rolling. Public failure under an international spotlight. The death of her biological mother days before the biggest race of her life. Suspension. Social media backlash. Rebuilding form while the world debates your worth in real time. There is no clean arc. No perfectly scripted redemption. There is only the work, repetition, adjustment, return. In 2028, the Olympics come to Los Angeles. For Sha'Carri Richardson, it won't just be another championship. It will be home soil, American crowd, American pressure, and unfinished history. She was 21 when she qualified for Tokyo, and 21 when she lost it. The suspension in 2021 wasn't a criminal case. It was a 1-month anti-doping penalty for marijuana use after learning of her biological mother's death. But the timing mattered. The Olympics moved on without her. Los Angeles 2028 would not be about redemption in the emotional sense. It would be about closure in the competitive sense. She will be 28 years old when the games open. For a female sprinter, that is not young, but it is not old either. Many 100-meter champions peak between 24 and 30. Speed declines eventually, but experience sharpens race execution, starts, transitions, composure under noise. LA28 isn't about proving she belongs anymore. She already won the world title at the World Athletics Championships in 10.65 seconds. It's about sustaining that level across years. What she will be facing. By 2028, the sprint field will look different. New American contenders, Caribbean depth, especially from Jamaica. Athletes who were teenagers in 2023 entering their physical prime. The 100 meters does not forgive decline. Hundredths of a second decide careers. And unlike world championships, the Olympics magnify everything. Expectation, media cycles, sponsorship incentives. But global fame doesn't exist in a vacuum. Every record, every medal, every headline, they shift more than rankings. They shift value. An American Olympic Games changes the financial equation. She signed with Nike in 2019. A home Olympics in Los Angeles would dramatically increase endorsement leverage, appearance fees, national marketing campaigns, and performance bonuses tied to medals. Olympic gold on home soil wouldn't just be another podium moment. It would likely become the most commercially valuable achievement of her career. Failure, on the other hand, would be just as magnified. Because when the Olympics come home, the spotlight doesn't soften. It intensifies. Los Angeles would not simply be another competition site. It would sit inside a much longer story. A child raised by her grandmother. The loss of her biological mother before Tokyo. A public suspension. Public doubt. A world champion return. The Olympics compress biography into 10 seconds. But those 10 seconds are never just 10 seconds. They carry everything that came before them. The question isn't whether she can run fast enough. She has already proven she can be the fastest in the world. The real question is durability. Can her body sustain elite form for 5 more years? Can she navigate cycles of fame and criticism without performance slipping? Can she remain technically precise in the most unforgiving event in track and field, the 100 meters? Speed fades. Pressure accumulates. Los Angeles 2028 would not rewrite her past. It would measure it. If Sha'Carri Richardson stands on that Olympic final line, the narrative won't be about redemption anymore. It will be about execution, reaction time, drive phase. Relaxation at 60 meters. The gun, 10 seconds. A stadium full of people who believe they already know her story. The clock won't care. It never does. Every career is measured in moments. Some are timed in seconds. Others unfold over years. What we see on the track is only part of the story. If you appreciated this deep dive into Sha'Carri Richardson's journey, consider supporting the channel. Subscribe to Social Heat for more documentaries that go beyond the headlines. Share this video with someone who loves sport or someone who thinks they already know the story, because sometimes the real story starts after the finish line. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
When we step forward, we're ready no matter what. Look good, feel good, do good. That all relates to the mental aspect, the emotional aspect, and ultimately the physical.
So to all the doubters, to all the supporters, to everybody, the best is yet to come. It's nice, but I'm not done yet.